oh, you dumb, you don't know what you talking about, oh, you ugly, why you come to school dressed like that? I wouldn't even know how to respond because at the time, I wouldn't say I was like, I had social anxiety, but I really didn't know how to like confront people like that.
Back in fifth grade, I was an immigrant, came from a different country, not really used to how things work over here. And a couple of days later, I started schooling, and I realized I needed to buy new shoes and stuff like that. So I went to the store, but a champion shoe, back then, kids were always into the name brands and stuff like that. I didn't even know. I just saw the shoes, and I told my mom I liked them. She bought it for me. Wore it to school the next day, and I just see people laughing at the shoe, smacking the shoe. And I'm like, what? What's wrong with them? And then some kid was like, what are those? And I'm like, what you mean? They're shoes. And basically, I felt less than them at that point in time. I never bought those shoes back again.
So last year, I went on a junior college trip to Washington, and it was just me and like my whole junior year class. And on the second day, we ended up going to this mall in Washington just to get food and all that before heading off to, I'm pretty sure it was Howard. But while we were there, it was like very much obvious that like we were like intruding on where it was because we were, a bunch of Hispanics, a bunch of Black students just showing up where it looked more white dominated. And like that idea only got exemplified when, I was walking to like a store with my friends, and then I walked up faster than them, and then I ended up like being called Mexican with all these with this group of like white boys trying to be funny, and I was just like, it wasn't that funny. And then later on, going to that store, my friend was just going to find like a jacket, a sweater, and everything there was just like making me uncomfortable.
When you're like a person of color, right, you often like get singled out because you're different. And I went to a school where most of the people were of the lighter variation, and I had really bad discoloration on my face at the time.
Monkey, gorilla. You just don't say that to people. That's not very nice, Oh yeah, I was just a kid. People, who don't go through that, who've never like really been bullied, they'll think of you and be like, "Wow, you're really insecure," and you'll tell them, "I don't know what made me that way." Me, I felt this constant pressure to change myself because myself wasn't enough, right? Especially if it wasn't enough then, why would it be enough now?
I have a few insecurities, I would say. Like, one, when I was younger, like from 0 to 10, I had this one insecurity with my allergies because I had very severe allergies. I was allergic to basically everything, like trees and pollen and like grass and stuff. So like every day when I was younger, the first thing people would say when they met me was like, "Hi, how are you? Like, do you know your eyes are red?" Or, "Oh my gosh, your eyes are so red. Like, what's that about?" And it just made me feel like, less of a person as well, because like that's what you see, like my red eyes. Back in like 2018, I got sick with ear and throat infection, and later that led to me getting this facial nerve problem called Bell's palsy, where like one side of my face, the nerves would where they were basically like not working. So like this half of my face, like if I would smile, only this side of my face would move. And that made me very insecure. I didn't want to go outside. I spent majority of my time in the summertime. This happened. I spent majority of my time inside. I just laid in my room, just felt very like disgusted with myself because I didn't look normal. I didn't look usual. Like I didn't feel as pretty as I used to be. And I felt even worse when I had to go to school.
Mid. What's mid? Mid is the mediocrity you feel. It's the feeling you get when you yearn to be complete. It's the feeling of wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard in a world that favors the voice of what's common. The world has a way of telling you that you're not normal, that you don't fit in, that you're not enough. It's like you're supposed to look and act a certain type of way. That's what the world wants. The most bravest thing you could really do is look in that mirror. When you're insecure, it's hard to look at what's in front of you because you feel like what you are isn't what the world wants you to be.